customer by giving we'll be providing them a template. Workday delivered template will be there, or in proper workbook note we'll give them. We'll ask them to feed all the required details in that. So we'll segregate that based on the requirement. The functional people will start working functional people. The technical people will start technically integrations. They'll do their work. Okay, and depends on the agreement. We might, which is like implementation happening for a global level. It's like um, it is for 1 year or 2 years based on the phase one, phase two, the global level, the present of the customer will define the agreement. Okay, and we'll sign agreement. We'll start implementing it. So when implementing, then we'll be getting all these tenants like this implementation. So implementation, we use it for the implementations, and more into the configurations, we'll do the implementation tenant. Coming to the sandbox tenant, it will get refresh every week. Depends again. As per the Workday suggestion, they give it as a 1 week refresh, but depends on our requirement. We can push it to 2 weeks or 3 weeks maximum, not more than that. Minimum, like they can't push it to means because the data should be get refreshed. It is a copy data of the production tenant. So that is the reason Workday suggests to not to keep it more days without refreshing to hold it. So it will get automatically refresh every week. I mean Monday, if you're doing some configurations in the sandbox, we have to move those data entirely before Friday evening. Okay, to the production tenant. If you're unable to move it, then it's better to download what all the configurations you did. You have to download it in Excel format, and you have to log in into the next week and start working on it. So if your project is big and the configurations are very high, where you don't have enough time to complete it within 1 week, then it is suggestible always go back to the sandbox preview tenant, and there you can do the configurations. So generally the sandbox preview tenant, based on the customer requirement, we'll raise a request with the Workday team. So Workday team, it might be like after 6 months or 1 year or maybe 15 months also, we can raise a request with this Workday team to refresh it sandbox preview. Okay. So always it's better to test it in the sandbox. Whenever if you have very big configurations, try to do it in sandbox preview, and later on you can move it to the sandbox. From sandbox, you can move it to the production tenant. So always remember that lower tenant to directly can't move it to the production tenant. So when I say lower tenant is like sandbox preview. Okay. And what is the purpose of sandbox preview here? Sandbox preview, we generally use it for the enhancement releases. So Workday releases 2 enhancements every year, March and September. So whenever this enhancement get releases, we'll try to configure those in the sandbox preview and we'll test it. Okay. So generally we use the sandbox preview for that purpose. And coming to the employee central tenant. So employee central tenant, whenever we do the integration data changing, so one tenant to another tenant, suppose I have a big configurations, I did it some integrations where I want to move it to the production tenant. Then you can move it to the through employee central tenant, or you configure a report, you want to move that report to the production tenant. Then with the help of employee central tenant, we can move the data to the production tenant. Clear? These are the tenants which is available. Any questions on the tenant, you can ask me. And coming to the, this is the generally, even for the production tenant, it will look like similar, nothing change. Only you can see the color change on top of the header here. For the implementation, it will be blue, it will be green. For the sandbox preview, it will be green. Again, for sandbox, it will be orange. And coming to the production tenant, it sometimes would be sky blue. There will be, depends, it keeps changing. Okay. But always you can remember here, my workday and the company name. It will comes like this. Then it will be a production tenant. For implementation tenant, you will see like this. IMPL, Workday, my Workday, and the company name. That is an implementation. For production tenant, you don't see any implementation or sandbox like this here on the URL. The URL you generally see Workday 3. Just I say Workday 3, it can be Workday 4 or Workday 5. Okay. And my Workday continuation with the company name. That is called a production tenant. So this is the logo. So it will return back to the home page. If you click on this page, this is the notification tab. This notification tab, we use it for the different purposes. Like for an example, I have configured a report, headcount report, which I want that alert report should trigger every 1 month. My team report or headcount report. So I can I configure an alert of a particular report and I can give it to the manager as a security. Once I give the security to the manager, suppose I'm a manager, so I want to see that report. So that report will get landed here automatically after every 1 month. So based on the configuration alert which I give. So in the alert which I give the data as like every month start of the day, first of the day, then every month, the first of the day it will come, that report will get generated. It will land here as a notification. Okay, so there are two kind of things. Notifications. In the notification, you'll see two types of things. One is report and one is business process notifications. Both will come here. Okay. So alert will configure through report and the notifications will configure through the business process. That's the interview question. Please remember. This is an inbox item, my task, we call it as. Here you'll see a lot of options. So in this report, like this is like, for example, I hire an employee, I am a manager. So when there is a hire is happening for a worker, for a candidate, once the candidate came to the compensation task, so that compensation task is something which is tagged to the manager. I'll just show you.
What is
So
the
this,
TP, Karthik?
which one?
Is it standard code for that? For searching BP, you enter BP, right? Yeah.
Right, right. This is not a candidate code. This is for the code is for like a shortcut for the business process to search.
Okay.
Business process
So,
colon hire.
so how many shortcut searching there? So do we have many like that?
Yeah, because like depends. There are few things which you can. I'll show you when.
Okay.
Okay, for an example, these are the security group. Okay, so based on the security group configurations, the task will come and land here. Okay, so I see there is no manager. For example, okay, manager is there. Onboarding setup. So that's the onboarding setup which is related to the manager. He has to complete those tasks. So that will come and land in the inbox here for him to action it, approve it or cancel it or resend it back. Okay. Or reassign this task to some other person. Okay. This is all you can do it in the my task. And even you can filter the my task, the mails which you got it, you can check by filtering it. And coming to the archive folder, once you action something, it will move to the archive folder automatically. Okay. I mean, so some the proposed compensation hire is there, right? This task is showing as unassigned. So I'm just assigning to the Logan McNeil. Then I action this task, correct? Once I action this task will move to automatically to the archive folder. That is the purpose of this. Okay. If I want to correct it, I can correct it. Can see a lot of other options as well. There would be delegate task, cancel it. Let's see. See that here in the option. Let me try to show you in later on because currently I don't see that options. Okay. So in this items, in this my task, you'll see like delegation. See, you manage delegations. So delegation something is something like there are two different tasks here: reassign and delegation. Okay. It's an interview question. Generally, they'll ask what is the difference between reassigned task and delegation task. See, this is unassigned task. So I'm assigning this task to someone. Okay. So the system, what does it do is when you're configuring it, this task is not aligned properly in any of the BP. The system will automatically trigger this step to the HR administrator. Okay. Even HR administrator or compensation administrator or I mean, there are whoever is in administrator role, this task will get triggered automatically to them. Okay. So then those people will assign this task to someone who is eligible to action this task. Okay. So this is a reassigned task. What I'm trying to do is propose compensation higher is there, but it is showing as unassigned task. So I'm just assigning this task to Logan McNeil. Mhm. So this task is moved to Logan McNeil. Let us see whether we received this task or not. Yeah, once I reassign this task, I got this task to submit it. Okay, to review these details of the compensation details, and I can submit this task. This is a reassign task. Reassign task is nothing but the task is which is not action or to whom we have to send it. We need to send this task to reassign it. Okay, when coming to delegate task is nothing but, for example, there are few business processes are there. So I'm going on leave for a vacation for a temporary days. That is like 10 days or 15 days. So few particular tasks which I don't want to keep it hold at my task. I want to give it to some people till I come back for a temporary. Okay. That is a delegate task. So 10 days I'm on long vacation leave. So due to my leave, my what are the tasks are there pending with me, it should get not impact the business, right? So what I do is before I going on leave, I'll delegate this task on particular business process. You'll see the delegate task option here. It will ask for the business process, which are the business process you want to delegate it to your superior people. So once I delegate this task, I'll assign to that to my superior. Okay. So delegate task can't be given to everybody. Please remember, delegate task can be happen only. I can delegate the task to only to my superior. I can't delegate my task to the subordinates. Okay. So basic understanding of reassign and delegate task is that. Any question on this topic? Reassign and delegation.
So reassign you can assign to anyone, superior and subordinates.
Reassign can be assigned based on their role they're sitting
The
at.
role.
Okay. Yeah, it can. Coming
If
to
you are a manager, then only you can reassign the task, or as a developer, you can assign the task to anyone.
as in implementer, you have option to give to anyone. Okay. But but in real time and for your customizing for the customer, it's not possible to give the task for everyone because the customer is very particular to restrict the reassigning this task. Okay. So they might
Hmm.
restrict to give it to the superior or generally it will come automatically to the subordinates. You can give it for the reassign. But even if you want to restrict that, again, we can do that by going back to the security and we have to do that. In the list, in the
So
drop-down list, you don't
Logan is
want
the
it.
implementer or manager?
Who?
The Logan, whoever
Logan
Logan.
is a
Yeah.
not, she is an implementer. She is a super user.
Oh, okay. She is
Because
not in.
this is a demo tenant. Okay. And Logan McNeil is a real employee in Workday. She is currently working in Workday.
Hmm.
Okay. And she is a super user for this demo. So you just need to think it in this way. If you are a super user, you have an all the access, you can perform most of the tasks
Yeah,
without fail. Okay.
got it.
Hmm. So workbench. Bench is nothing but these applications, shortcut applications, which you want to use it by keeping it here in the dashboard, you can do it, Workbench. Because most of the workbenches you see, the Workday delivered options will be there. So those based on that options, you can see that from the Workbench. You can just tag it that here and you can click on directly and search it. Because you don't need to always go back here and search it by typing. For example, create supervisory organization. This task is there, which I'm using it frequently. So I can bring back that here automatically if I want. Okay. These all options you see here only for mostly it will be for the implementers only. Okay. Consultants, not for all the workers or even for managers. Managers will able to see other options. So sitemap. So this is a sitemap. So nothing but sitemap, for example, dashboard is there. Okay. This is a report which is Workday delivered report. If you want to use this report, you can directly click it here. And there is a higher option. These all Workday delivered fields. So in the higher report, in the higher option, Workday delivered these reports. Mass correct of higher event detail. These all Workday delivered reports. And you see these are the tasks for the different purposes you can use it in the higher. These are the Workday delivered tasks. Okay, which you can use it directly by clicking it here. Okay. And coming to favorites. So favorites is nothing but you guys know use of like in the Google Chrome you'll see, right? If you're very particular frequent users of using Amazon or Flipkart, so you can add that to your add favorites, right, in Google Chrome. Similarly, in Workday also, if you're using frequently, you're using so many tasks and the reports, which you want to keep it as a favorite whenever you want to use it very frequently. You can do that here by clicking on favorites. Okay. Click on manage favorites. See here, reports and tasks are there. Try using it very frequently, for example, when viewing that account report. So these two reports I'm adding it here as my favorites. So if you see here, this is the report name we gave, headcount country, right? That it will take some time, but yeah, the create position is there, which we added now. Similarly, you see that report also in custom reports here. Okay. Coming to audit, this audit is nothing but generally internally, if you're doing on your work, the report, the audit says, for example, I want to see uh, the people, what are the things they have done it here in the system for the audit purpose. So I can use these options. I can see it in the audit. Okay, I can check it. So these options would be having only for the implementers, not for everyone. In the drive. But yeah, the system level audit, that is different again. Okay, that would be like anybody have the access to check it. So if the worker did something wrong, while configuring. The consultant did something wrong. So who has made the changes? This all you can pull by report and you can check that. That is a worker level report audit will be there, or business process audit, security audit. For everything, there is an audit. With that, we can pull it and we can see it. And this is the drive. So this drive is an unlimited storage. The drive is an unlimited storage, but yeah, whatever work you did it, that need to be moved before 90 days from the system, from this drive. Otherwise, it will be get automatically deleted. Okay, and Drive is also you use it for some other purposes as well. Now there is a Workday Docs available. So this Workday Docs we generally currently we are using for the different purposes, for offer letter or request some address, request address or request I can say bank letter. This all there are different letters are there available in the system. So this templates we configure it and we'll store it here for the day-to-day usage in the production tenant. So that is the purpose of this drive which we use it. So when I say offer letter, so an employee is joining, we have to release this offer letter, right? With this Workday template offer letter, we can generate the offer letter and it will go to the Workday user account, the offer letter. So that offer letter will generating from here, from the Workday drive. Okay. And my reports. So I told you, right, that this report which is landing, getting here in the bell icon, it will automatically, you can see after a few minutes, you can see that report in this my reports column. Okay. And this my reports also again, if I don't have access, then you won't able to see that. Okay, this one like documentation is nothing but you can always go back to the community. If you click this page will go back to the community. In that community, you can check it. Generally, what are the Workday provided related documents? You can search it and you can see that in the community. So the best part always, if you're stuck up with somewhere with the configurations, you're not understanding it. Even for functional consultant or for the implementers, best option is always go back to the community, search it and learn it from there, and you can start configuring or configurations in the system. You can do that. Go back. That's a quick learning tool kind of thing I can say. You'll get it everything in the community, Workday community. So in the Workday community also you'll find it, the Workday releases, enhancements. In the Workday community, you can discuss with the people. When I say discuss means you can post your query, you'll get the responses from anybody from the globally from anyone. It can't be only from the customer side. Globally, how many are using Workday, you'll find a lot of people. They'll come back with their solutions if they know it. So you can use it for community for the different purposes. Okay. So this is the, I can say this is the app or dashboard, I can say. So this all again, few things which by default Workday has given the options. It will be like common access for everyone. I mean, commonly, if you're logging as a worker, you'll see few options here. Okay, but not everything. So for an example, if you're a worker, you want to see your contact details or something. Yeah, if you try to bring that, you can bring that as well here. Now, as a manager, I want to see the reports. So the reports directly don't get access to as a dashboard to the managers here. Once you configure the report, you need to configure the dashboard. Again, the dashboard should have the security access to the managers. Then only the manager can see the reports here. So this is a dashboard which we can use it. 1 minute. Yeah, this is the dashboard. Okay, if I want to add compensation, my team, I can just click it that here. I can add it. See here, it should come here. You can see my team compensation, right? This is a dashboard. So how you're ending up these options automatically here by searching it, it's all again security. If the security is being configured from the backend, then you can see these options. When you click on here, you can see that. I can search it for birthday. There is no result form because there is no security has been given option for this birthday option. If I want to give it, I have to go to that particular domain. I can give that. Okay. So this is the reports. Okay. Any questions still here? Hello.
Yeah, as a super user, we can give the authorization to users as per the request.
Yeah, you can give it.
Okay.
What about others? Sridhar, Harika, is all fine. Is it clear? Any questions? If you guys are clear, just give me thumbs up. If you're not clear, just
Yeah, good, very
ask.
good.
Okay. Fine. So generally in an implementation point of view, if you see, generally the location will be there. Just we start with the location. We start with location to configure it. Create location is the task. Okay. The location. Generally, create location based on the availability. If there is locations are not available in the system, Workday delivered, then we can create the location. If there are Workday delivered locations are there, then we can directly go and configure the supervisory organization. Okay. So I'm just starting with create location. So this is I just kept it for because this is a testing tenant. So many might have using New York. For our understanding, I just kept it underscore US and SVT. In real time, it won't be like that. Generally, it will be New York only. Okay. So you can see a lot of options here. Business asset, business site. Okay. So default we use business site. Sometimes we use business asset. Generally we don't use campus or any other option below. This campus we generally use it when you're configuring Workday for the education sector. For any universities, you are implementing Workday, then you use the campus. Okay. So location type. So this location type, it's like Workday delivered fields. These are headquarters. You can see if I want to create my own, if I want to customize it. So maintain location type is the task. Okay. So I want to use it my own customization. It is not allowing me to do it because there is a security restrictions. It's not allowing me to do it. Okay. So because even the show is already there, but it will not allow us to add it because there is a restriction. This is a testing tenant, but there is a task where you use it. Okay, click on this plus symbol, give it here the details and say okay. Once you submitted okay, the customization which you created that will pop up here automatically. Once you see that here, you can see that. Okay. So in real time, we just give it location type only. Remaining options, we leave it blank. Contact information. So we can give email. The email, we just give it the company email. So primary in the sense, this is the email which is a primary for me. I can create another email as well. That would be a secondary if I select as a primary here. Okay. Visibility is for public. So public, anybody can see this email ID in the system. Coming to address. So effective date is nothing but from this effective date, you can see all these details which we are creating. That email ID and everything, you can see it from today's date. So primary. Coming to business side, this is the time profile. So where you can use it the standard hours. So this is also you have a customization. You can use it by using the task called. So that location items, here we don't have options to add it, but you can add it that location items. Okay, there is another task called maintain location time. It will come as a time only. I don't see those option here. Yeah, I'll show you that later on. Once I can secure it from the backend, I'll try to change the security and see it. I'll try to show you tomorrow. Okay. Even you can customize this look time profile by standard hours by customizing it. Display language, generally it will be default English only. But if you're implementing for any of the German part company, the German or Singapore or Malaysia, if they are very specific that their tenant should be have their own language, then you can select the option from here. Okay. See now, okay, done. Now we'll create a supervisory organization. So, but while creating supervisory organization, how many organizations are there? You guys, anybody know that? In your last session, it got discussed or no? How many organizations are there? Can anybody tell me, Sridhar or Bhushan? Is it discussed about how many organizations are there in the last class?
I don't think so. He mentioned the different types of one.
Okay, fine. So we have around 7 organizations we have. Okay. The 7 organizations, that is nothing but supervisory organization, matrix organization, custom organization, location, cost center, company, region. This all comes as an organization. We call it as organizations. Okay. Now we are creating now supervisory organization. So whenever you try to create any of these organizations, like create company, create supervisory, create matrix or create region or create location hierarchy, whenever you try to create these organizations, first thing it will ask for the reorganization. See, it is asking for the reorganization. Okay. What is this reorganization? So reorganization can be like whenever you make any changes of these organizations, this will capture the data. It is only for the data purpose. It will capture the data. If you make any changes in the supervisory organization, this reorganization will help us to capture the data. It's a report purpose. Okay. So this create reorganization, you can do it from directly from here, or there is a task also as well, create reorganization. Okay. create reorganization task. So, or you can directly start from here as well. Some reorganization name, I'm just giving some random name. So always remember, whenever you create reorganization or creating job profiles, anything, it will ask for the date. Okay. So try to give the default date is 01/01/1900. The reason we are giving 01/1900 because only because of the data, the old data should trigger, should not throw any error while doing any kind of transactions in the future dated. It should not throw any error. That is the reason we always ask whenever you're trying to do the any configurations, the availability date, try to give it as 01/01/1900 to avoid any kind of errors while doing for future transactions, future date transactions. Okay. Now I'm creating a supervisory organization. We are done with the reorganization creation.
Uh, Karthik, before you move, can you explain one more time what is the necessity? What is the reorganization again?
Reorganization is a reporting purpose. It's only like when I'm creating something or after in the supervisory organization, for example, I'll show you here. So here I'm just going to this organization, edit and try to do some edit here, changes. I'm trying to make some changes here in the supervisory organization. Okay. So it's a reorganization is a report actually. So when I run a report, it will show me Karthik has made some changes on this date with this supervisory organization. Okay. Or if make some changes in the cost center or in the company. So everything is tagged to the reorganization report. So it's only for the tracking purpose, only tracking
Got,
purpose. Okay.
got it. Okay. Thank you.
So this is a code here. Uh, Whenever if you're not giving any code here, you can leave it blank. The system will generate the code automatically from the backend and it will give that code here. Okay. So if I say include code name here, it is asking us to give the code mandatory. So in the real time, when you're creating supervisory organizations from the top level, so Workday suggested us to start with SO001 like this. Okay. If you're creating so many supervisory, depends on the count you started, it has to go. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can just uncheck box it, remove this, free, just remove it, free text it. You can customize it however you want. Even if you don't want to give the free text, the system will automatically anyway generate it. That's code. So this code is generally useful for the integration purpose. The integration people will use this code. Whenever they want to search it while doing the integration, they don't go with the names. They go with the code and search it. Okay. And include manager name. If I checkbox this here, it will show you as a bracket where you can tag the manager in that bracket. This is a subtype. The subtype which we are creating is a supervisory, but I don't see supervisory option here. Okay. Then I want to customize that. So this is a task called maintain organization subtypes. So just checkbox here. Then it as supervisory. So it is asking, see, organization type means which organization type you want to ask. As I said, we have so many organizations, right? Supervisory, cost center, these all organizations. So I'm giving it as supervisory because we are creating supervisory, hence I'm giving it as a supervisory here. See, Now the supervisory, you can see it, right? And visibility is for everyone. The primary location, which we created it. Yeah. The staffing model, currently I'm going with position management. Okay. These are options you can no need to look into it. That's okay. You can leave it blank. Okay. See, now we have created one top level supervisory organization. Now I want to create a subordinates. Okay. So supervisory means what exactly? Supervisory organization is nothing but it defines about the hierarchy level. Okay. When I say defines about hierarchy level, it means who reporting to whom. Okay. Who's reporting to whom, you can say. So go to here and just show you an example. Steve Morgan is a person who is sitting in a position called Chief Executive Officer in a global modern services, the top level organization. Okay. Under this, you can see subordinates. So under executive management is again another supervisory subordinate organization. Here also you can see the Chief Executive Officer is sitting here. Under this, you can see 9 members. Means these 9 members are direct reporting to the Steve Morgan. Okay. You see here again, finance and administration supervisory organization. It's again subordinate organization. In this, you can see 5 members are directly reporting to Rachel Knight. And for the Joy Banks, she has 7 members. These 7 members are directly reporting to the Joy Banks. But Joy Banks is sitting in which organization? She is sitting in a human resource organization. Okay. So supervisory organization defines about the hierarchy. Clear? Any questions on this hierarchy structure? Yeah, guys, try to answer it if your guys are mute. I don't know. I feel like you understood everything, and I might be going like that. Please try to understand. Say some, show some symbol. You understood or not? Okay. Thank you, Bhushan. What about others?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. Yeah.
What about Harika and remaining? Yeah. So just go to this supervisory organization related actions. Go to reorganization. Just create a subordinate. So while creating subordinate, it won't ask for the reorganization. I'm just giving it as executive management. Remaining everything remains same. I'm not giving any of this include name and everything. Okay, I'll just give you the code here. So the organization subtype, I'm just collecting it as a department. That's fine. And the primary location is not a mandatory now. See, I created one subordinate here. Okay, executive management. From here, again, I'll be creating few more subordinates. Create subordinate. Yeah. So just create, oh, I'm creating one more subordinate. And just giving us a project. That's fine. Now, if you see our chat, so I created a top level organization, right? Under this, I created executive management. Under this, I created two subordinates. That is finance and human resource. Similarly, like this, right? So in real time, while doing the implementation, you'll be doing similar way, creating supervisory and creating subordinates. Clear? Any doubts on this?
So I have one question. As a Workday consultant, if we are supporting any one of the client, and how we get in like any modifications or in something, right? So we'll get under task, and based on that task we have to modify these things, like
No. The
just
if the
as that.
customer is giving, he'll be raising as a ticket, right? You don't give any kind of task. You'll be raising a ticket through any of
Okay.
the tool. So as a ticket, you need to perform that ticket, understanding the description of the ticket, and you'll start configuring that in the system, in the Workday.
Okay. Generally, what kind of tickets we get under these, like the topic that we discussed today, like on suborg or
No, this topic generally you don't get it here, anything, because you're in the implementation phase, right? Because you already got all the inputs to how they want to set up it. You just see that workbook, implementation workbook, and you start configuring it.
okay.
Generally, in this level, you don't get any request. If you might get any request, they might ask to change the name of the supervisory. Okay, they want to rename it. Something like that, they might come up. Otherwise, nothing at the implementation phase, because everything they gave it in the Excel sheet. You just started working on it, how to set up this. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
They might come up with their location if they want to change the supervisory organization location. Those are very small things they might ask to location. Okay. Not big changes will come at the time of implementation while setting up the supervisory organizations. Clear?
But support tickets will come on production.
Which one?
The support tickets like change the name or change the or create the
No. You get it the Jira, right? Jira or Snow tool, which the company is using. From that, you'll get
right.
the request. You don't get anything in Workday automatically directly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like whenever I told you, right? I've forgotten to tell, whenever there is any enhancement get released by Workday, it applies to all the customers, that Workday enhancement. It is not that I am using Workday, for me only that enhancement is coming. Not like that. That is a globally for everyone. Whoever has a license of the Workday using it, everyone will have to go through that enhancement changes in the Workday. Okay. Fine. So if you see here, this is the top level organization. This is the details. So you see, I given as a primary location as a mandatory to this. But coming to the executive management details, see, I am not given the location here. It got inherited from the superior organization automatically. Yeah. Even for this two as well, if you see this from the superior organization, the details get inherited automatically. I'll just pass it for here today. If you have any questions, I can discuss. I'll just give you 5 minutes of time. If there are no questions, we can wind up. If you have any questions, I'll wait.
Hey, Karthik, I think it is better to go with the topics as Dharma provided the course list. So,
We are going as it only.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one
What
is
is
like
Dharma
startup a
provided?
supervisor organization. Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting with
Okay.
supervisory only.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear or any confusion? What we discussed, any confusion? No, right? It's all okay, right?
So I mean, I know you might have explained it just now, but as a consultant, you never get a chance to create supervisor organizations. Those will be already configured, and as you said, a minimal changes only. So, but for learning purpose, we need to just create all this, right? That's what you're saying.
Correct. Because if you're hired in a implementation organization, then you'll be working for this. Okay. But if you got hired for a support project, that is like
Mm.
post-implementation, then you no need to make all these setups in the system, which is already available in the system.
Okay. So implementation consultant, you need to create all this.
It's not implementation. Even if you're a functional consultant, still you are in part of implementation project. You have to configure all these supervisory organizations and everything. But you should know that, right? How to create those
Yeah.
tasks and implement it. Correct?
Got it. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Thank
That
you.
is important, actually. It's not like everything is available and I can just do learning. It's not only for basic understanding. You're learning for Workday. So you're just learning in the real time how we do it. That's what I'm trying to show here in the training.
Oh,
So that
got
will help you out, you guys, at the time of interview.
nice. Yep. Thank you.
Because I have worked on more than 8 projects. Those are
Mhm.
like implementation projects only.
Oh,
So
okay.
currently I'm handling AMS project and implementation project both. So I'm trying to bring few things, try to show it here. If the security access is there, I'll try to show it here, how we configured in the system. So that will help you guys to the time of interview, you can tell confidently. This is what I did in the requirement. This is the requirement I got. This is how I did it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine, guys. If there are no questions, I'll wind up for today. We'll connect tomorrow at the same time.
Same time means 9:30 or 9?
No, 6:30 India time, 8 p.m.
6:30.
CST.
Okay, 9 p.m. Okay.